Okay. Yeah, okay, so today I'm going to be doing a video on some bioenergetic exercises. You can also call it trauma release exercises, or there's probably a million different names for them. Some of them are even Tai Chi movements, Qigong type movements. Kind of the concept is more or less the same. You're basically moving energy and feeling and awareness into your body using the breath and different techniques to kind of unearth trapped emotions or trapped feelings or trapped trauma or trapped pain or trapped laughter. I mean, it doesn't have to be negative. It can be trapped laughter. You can be laughing at something, or trapped happiness or joy or pleasure, or any sort of trapped emotion. Um, so the point of this video is to make one about the bow exercise, which is a kind of a foundational bioenergetic exercise, if you will. So this one, I'll show it to you, involves basically opening up the front of your body. A lot of times it's something that we keep trapped in. The front of your body is very soft and very vulnerable. And us as people, we interact with each other by opening ourselves to other people. The front of our bodies are how we kind of communicate with one another, and oftentimes in people with depression, you'll see a shut down front of their body, or they're blocked. They close off the vulnerability in their hearts and in their guts, and it basically does not allow you to express yourself openly. You're closed off. You're not open, is basically the point. So this exercise is mainly one that will allow you to open the front of your body up and kind of build up a charge, or build up a energy. And so I'll show you what that looks like now. The biggest key here is basically to allow yourself to feel whatever it is you're feeling. Just breathe is the biggest one. And basically just let the tension go where it goes. You may notice it becomes very tense in some places and relaxed in others, or maybe your body wants to move in a certain way. The biggest key here is just to get in touch with your body and allow your body to do the expressing. Don't really try to think about what's right or wrong. There really is no right or wrong here. The biggest thing you can do is breathe and kind of keep yourself in an open position, and kind of just have the courage to allow yourself to feel and be yourself, basically. So this is what the bow looks like. I'll show it to you. You might notice vibrations or tremoring, and that's okay. Yeah, here's the bow. So I'll do this kind of from an angle so you can sort of see. You can kind of see how my pelvis is in compared with my knees and ankles. So basically you want to get shoulder width apart, just comfortable. You don't want to be too wide or too narrow, just decently far apart. Bend your knees and place your hands on kind of small of your back here, like right on top of your pelvis, like right at the top of your pelvis. And just kind of open up and breathe. And as you see, I'm already shaking a little bit, so. Oh. Oh. Okay, so what that was kind of a shorter version. Usually I'll do it for a little longer than that. Just however feels normal, just natural, whatever, whatever you feel like doing. That one, as you may have noticed, I began shaking pretty quickly. That is what's known as, I mean, you can call it a million different things. You can call it life force energy. You can call it spirit. You can call it chi. You can call it whatever. I mean, it's called a million different things by a million different viewpoints. But the point is, at the end of the day, it's really it really boils down to how you, like, kind of your own awareness, like your feelings in your body. And what the shaking is the release of trapped feelings or trapped awareness. And this doesn't have to be like negative emotions. Like if you go into the bow, you may not feel like anger. You might feel just like, for example, if you're an athlete, I'm an athlete, so I can kind of relate to this. If you're an athlete, and let's say I played hockey, so let's say, for example, somebody elbowed me in the stomach, and this happened to me several times, so this is why I can say this, and so you'd go back to the bench and you hunch over and you're like, oh no, like, oh, like that. It was a traumatic incident. So if you're a boxer and you get punched in the gut and it knocks the wind out of you, that can cause the musculature and even your organs to contract and maintain this sort of defensive position in order to defend itself. So it doesn't have to be necessarily emotional. So the emotions and the kind of more physical stuff they're intertwined. It can be either or. You might have pain from a childhood incident that comes up. The psoas muscle, which is the big muscles that connect your spine to your legs. It's the only muscle in the body that connects the lower body and upper body. That can often become very trapped, especially because people tend to sit down a lot these days. So basically what's happening is the energy is, the awareness and the feeling is moving into these areas where tension has been trapped and things have been held on to. So let's say, for example, you took a hit playing a hockey game and you go to the bench and your diaphragm and your abs and your psoas spasm because they're basically trying to protect themselves. You may go years without that being released. And the point of this exercise is to allow your body to shake those things out. I talk in the description for this video about antelopes and how they tend to, after a traumatic event like being chased by a lion or becoming like attacked by a crocodile near a river or a lake or stream or something like that, it's a very traumatic event. It's a very fight or flight sympathetic event, and a lot of tension occurs. There's a heightened state of awareness, and they'll actually go off when they feel safe, and they'll lay down and they'll allow their bodies to relax and soften, and that tension begins to shake out. It begins to vibrate out. Their body, because they're animals. They're not thinking about shit all the time. They're in touch with their bodies. So whenever they have the time, they lay back and relax, and their body starts shaking, and then they get up and they just go on with their day, and that's it. With people, it's much more complicated, especially in modern society. We tend to suppress things, and then we also tend to not have a safe place for people to express them. So people will often get in patterns where they feel repressed or emotionally down or emotionally sick, and what they'll end up doing is they'll end up going to school, or end up going to work, or they'll end up doing things that we as society tends to do is in our day-to-day, our go lifestyle, and people never are given the opportunity, or they never feel comfortable enough, or they don't even realize that they can be comfortable enough to let things that are trapped in their bodies go, whether it be physical pain, emotional pain. They can be definitely interlinked for sure. Spiritual pain. There's all kinds of different things that can be linked together with this, and these movements simply just allow that trapped stuff. We'll just box it into a word called stuff. That trapped stuff to come up and out. So it doesn't necessarily. That's why you shouldn't have any. There should be no expectations with these exercises. Just feel and allow your body to um, uh, allow it, whatever comes up, to come up. Um, really, your only expectation should be, just to breathe and get in touch with yourself. Be courageous enough to have the courage and have the ability to allow yourself to feel whatever comes up. It could be simply as, I took a shot to the liver as a boxer, and I've been walking around like this for my whole life, and I never allowed myself to allow my liver to shake up and loosen up and get all that, pain and trauma out. So, yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. It's kind of a long one. I might split it up into two. Yeah, if you dig this kind of stuff and you enjoy this video, try it for yourself. Leave a comment, share. This is cool stuff, man. It's fun stuff. It helps you become a more vibrant, healthy, alive person. Just helps with just about anything. So, and this is not some shit you'll learn in medical school. So, yeah, have fun with it. Feel your body. Allow whatever comes to come. And yeah, enjoy yourself and have a wonderful day.